We're P1Harmony and we're on Front Row Live.
What's up, guys? Rob here from Live Entertainment. I am here hanging out with P1Harmony, and I am excited to be hanging out with you guys. What's up, guys?
What's up? 인사드리겠습니다. 둘, 셋.
Plus everything. Hello, we are P1Harmony.
Congratulations, new music is out now. The new material, Sad Song. Looking at the song, just by the title, I thought it was going to be something more in that kind of vein, like something sad, something on the emo kind of side. But you give me this, first of all, it's a Latin vibe.
Yeah,
and then it's such a fun vibe at the same time.
Yeah,
Talk to me about, kind of creating this song and what inspired this kind of sound and style.
I think, P1Harmony loves to experiment with so many different types of genres, and we love to just not put ourselves in a little cage and just kind of stick to what works, but instead we try to be as experimental as possible. So I feel like this time, we really wanted to bring something new, and we decided, why not something Latin, right?
Yeah.
And it's just sounded so great. I remember when we first heard the demo, we were like, oh, this song's so nice. Like, whenever we pick a title track, there's always a process of, different songs getting in the way. And it's like, oh, is this song going to be the next title track? Is this song going to be the next title track? And the first few songs were like, I don't know. And then when we heard Sad Song, we are like, oh, this is it.
This is the one.
Yeah, and so we're so glad at how it turned out. And hopefully the fans love it just as much too.
When I first listened to it, I immediately just thought of, this would be cool with like Rao. This would be cool with Anita. This would be cool with Camila Cabello.
Wow,
I'm like, these are like cool opportunities that you guys are kind of opening up by releasing a song like this. Do you think about these kind of artists or artists in this genre while you were creating the song?
그래서 이런 라틴스러운 음악을 만들었을 때 이 라틴 직접 라틴 음악을 하는 아티스트들을 많이 듣고 뭔가 생각하는 거 있는지 궁금하시대.
No. But I really like these days. I'm really into all the type of music or every genre. So 뭔가 그런 여러 장르에서 뽑아올 수 있는 장점들을 생각하면서 내가 이 라틴 음악 안에서 리드미컬하게 가져올 수 있는 랩 플로우가 어떤 것이 있을까 좀 많이 고민하면서 만든 부분이 있다고 얘기해 주면 좋을 것 같아요.
So even if we're not specifically super deep diving into the genre, we also can just love and respect so many different artists and what type of music they do, and we learn so much from it. And so especially in type to just the fun and the rhythmic vibe that Latin music can give, and the excitement that the listeners can also experience. He took a lot of notes from that, and also kind of experimented on how he can put that into his raps in his flow. And so I mean, like you said, all the artists you've mentioned, and also like we've also covered some Latin music before too. I think we've covered like a J Balvin song before too. We love Bad Bunny as well too. So just like learning and seeing these amazing artists and what we can learn from them also had a lot of inspiration behind this song.
Right.
And bouncing back to the raps and just vocals in general, like how did this impact the vocal recording process? Just because it's a different sound, it's a different kind of BPM. Like how did that kind of impact the vocals and the way that you were going to kind of execute your vocals on this track?
I think that's a really good question, because whenever we experiment with any type of genre, I feel like it doesn't I think there's a difference between taking inspiration and also mimicking. And we try not to mimic. And I feel like once you start trying to mimic, it doesn't become inspiration, it becomes something else. And that's why whenever people ask, like, how do you make music P1Harmony? Like, why is P1Harmony's music P1Harmony's music? I feel like we get a lot of those questions, and that's one of the biggest reasons why we don't change our vocals, we don't change anything because of the genre. We keep our voices and our, what we have true to ourselves, and then we just put that on top of the genre, and we put that on top of whatever we're trying to experiment with. And that's how we kind of come up with this mixing of genres of what P1Harmony is as a team and as members and as individuals, but also bringing that new inspiration and kind of making it our own. And so when it comes with the vocals, I feel like, not only myself, I don't mean to toot my own horn or anything, but I feel like all our members are super talented in what they do. And, I think it just came very naturally to them and just kind of took on this song as if it was just ours.
what has been a fun moment in recording Sad Song?
새송을 녹음했을 때 좀 재밌었던 에피소드는 TMI?
When I record a sad song and like I finished my record and just listen the track,
The whole
like
song?
the whole song, like Intak have a like 3 or 2 different version. Like it's not released, but there's another version have the sad song. It's 뭐였지 그 막 우는 거 있었는데 in the lyrics in like 코리아 그 한국어로
yeah.
유유유유라고 돼 있는 거 있었거든.
Right, right. I got another version. You're right.
그거 듣고 굉장히 많이 웃었던 기억이.
There's another version that Intak wrote, and I guess it was funny. And Chongsa remembers being in the studio and listening to his other verse and just laughing because it was so funny. He didn't use that verse.
Yeah.
Because
Very
like
catchy.
yeah, that version I really wanted to how can I be more unique. So I just it's 그 한국어로 이제 사람들이 보통
내가 이거
메시지
어떻게 표현하겠어? 영어로.
Yeah, right. He can explain. Just it's like a more fun thing.
Yeah.
I just put the word. It's like Korean this sentence.
Yeah, sometimes the
but-
Korean and English don't match.
Oh yeah, yeah, right.
It's kind of
So-
like emoji.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Just I just doing like that, and he said, "Wow, it was so fun." Yeah, he said like that.
Something that happened in the studio that was really fun and just kind of like on the spot moment was Theo and I were recording and I was helping him, figuring out English pronunciation and whatnot. And I remember for the ad-libs at the end of the song, we changed it at the very last minute because we felt like the ad-lib that he sings was like a little too long. So we cut it short and then we added another ad-lib. And usually that never happens with title songs. Like we usually just keep it the way it is. But in the moment we're just like, oh, this doesn't sound that great. And I remember just like kind of fixing and changing it to suit us. And I feel like that's also really fun about this album in general too, is because we just had so much fun just kind of making the album really personal to us and what suits us the best. I feel like. Yeah.
And it's a mini album, the 7th mini album.
Right.
Like did you come into this knowing that you were going to try different genres, different styles, different types of music, or is this something that just kind of naturally happened while you guys were creating it?
I definitely think it happens naturally because in the moment of making the album, we're so inspired by other songs and other things that happen in our lives, like when we're touring or if we're doing a certain thing or if we're listening to a certain type of music that really inspires us. I feel like that kind of really shapes what the album's going to sound like later on.
Yeah.
I remember when we were working on this album, I was super inspired by reggae and just that rhythm. And that's why one of our songs called It's Alright has that reggae tone and that reggae genre kind of mixed in. There's a fusion of it in there. And like Jiung's song, there's a lot of band aspects to the song as well too, because that's what we were just kind of inspired by. So I feel like it happens naturally, but it also happens depending on when we're making the album and what we're listening to during the making of the album.
That makes complete sense.
Yeah.
And I guess lastly, to close us off, like during the process of either the song or this album, what do you feel was the biggest challenge? Was it something in the vocals? Was it something in the writing process, like the recording process? What was it?
For sad songs.
For Sad Song or the album as a whole? Yeah.
Okay. 앨범 새송이나 아니면 앨범 전체적으로 뭔가 제일 어려웠던 점, 뭔가 가사 쓰는 거일 수도 있고 녹음하는 거일 수도 있고 보컬일 수도 있고 뭔가 제일 어려웠던 거.
Most hard thing is me and Intak always wrote the lyrics for our all songs. It's hard to make new, like it sounds like new or just unique verse. That's the one of our hard thing for the album. It's always fix it our lyrics and always making new, like making a 2, like 3, 4 different version of the verse. It's that's the most hard thing.
Yeah, I think so. Sad song is most or one of her the right some lyrics of the song because the BPM is 만약에 내가 랩을 뭔가 빠르게 쓰고 싶다면 이게 또 너무 빨라지고 그렇다고 좀 좀 그냥 중간 정도의 미로 정도 템포를 가져오려면 또 너무 어중간한 것 같기도 해서 그래서 굉장히 그 중간점을 잡기 어려운 노래 중 하나였던 것 같아요.
So the BPM itself is so fast
Yeah.
that if you want.
Yeah.
Hey!
Oh, you remember?
I got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
It's fast. So when he's writing the raps, if he wants to write it fast, it gets too fast.
Yeah.
And then once he tries to tone it down, it's like a little weird. Like it's a little too
Yeah.
slow. He
Yeah.
feels like it's like in the middle. So
Right, right.
finding that right, rhythm pocket and just finding that right flow was hard for him when writing.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Well, you guys did an awesome job.
저는 개인적으로 안무가 상당히 어렵습니다. 이게 눈으로 보기에는 굉장히 쉬워 보일 수 있어도 이게 느낌스 이거 정말 쳐보면은 여기서 확실히 느낄 수 있었어요. 그 벽을 이게 되게 잘 쳐보이 이게 눈으로 보기에는 사실 되게 간단한 동작 같은데 실제로 하면 이게 진짜 느낌 내기 정말 어렵습니다.
So Theo said in the choreography aspect of it, it was very, very difficult. When you see it, when you look at it, it might seem like it's an easy choreo,
Yeah.
but it's really hard to make it look cool,
Yeah.
he said. And so when he was practicing and learning the choreo, he felt like he hit a wall because he felt like he didn't know how to make the dance look cool, right?
Yeah.
And it's really fast too, so just keeping up with the choreo was very difficult. Just to like wrap everything that these guys are talking about, I think the reason why it was so difficult for us with this album is not only were we like super involved, but I also feel like Killing It was so well received. Like
Yeah.
Chungsup's rap verse and Killing It was so well received.
So there's pressure.
Yeah, and there's just that pressure of needing to or wanting to just do better than the last, and that's how much effort and how much time we put into perfecting this album, and especially Sad Song. So yeah, we hope the fans like it as much as we put our efforts into it.
Amazing. Well, I'm excited about it. I look forward to more from you guys. I look forward to
Thank you.
reuniting again soon here in LA. Thank you,
you.
P1Harmony, for hanging out with me. You guys be sure to check out P1Harmony.
Thank
Your
you.
music out now. And thanks for watching on Front Row Live.